we'll start with our warm-up, standing up, get the body ready, and then we'll do a little bit of balancing, and then we'll take it down to the floor. So starting our setup, we just want to get the body ready. So the feet are facing forwards and they're hip width apart, so nice and forward like you're skiing, so you don't want to turn in or out. And just a little bit of softness in the knees, but we're trying to have the knees over the ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, pulling up nice and tall, a lot of space between the shoulders and the ears. I'm thinking of the posture, so you don't want your bum stuck out, but you want to try not to be stuck under. So hands here, and you can kind of find somewhere in the middle. That's what we call neutral. I think that's a showing down. Sorry. I was just trying to log on, that's fine. Okay, and then just while we're getting ready here, we're thinking of drawing the belly button in, so we're just engaging the core muscles around here. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, really filling up the lungs in the front and the back, so imagine your ribs expanding. And then on the out breath, we squeeze everything in. And it's like you're breathing into a mirror, so you really engage that diaphragm and everything on the out breath. Lovely. Let's just have a little circle with the body, so you're just sort of swaying around, just trying to feel the floor with your feet, so you can feel, hi Shanda, so you can feel your little toe, big toe, heels, and then just settle somewhere where you feel you're nice and centered. Lovely. We're going to carry on with our breathing, but really take bigger breaths than normal, so maybe 4, 5, 6 seconds, whatever works for you. Breathing in and out. A few more here, breathing in, just to give the insides a warm up as well. Lovely. Next out breath, tuck the chin in. So we just tuck the chin in, a little stretch at the back. Breathing in, lift the chin. Breathe out, lower down. Breathe in, hands to the front, spread those fingers. Now let's lift those hands up and arms, so you're stretching your tummy, lifting your rib cage away from your hips, and then down. And just let your breath be normal. Breathing length in and out for you now, but just keep that nice breath in and out. Have a little swing and a little bounce, and we're going to come all the way down. Just let those arms be floppy, bottom back, eyes to the floor, tucking that chin in. Couple more. Really nothing to it, just a big flop down. One more. And then we'll come back to centre. Lovely. We're going to start warming up neck and shoulders. So let's just start with a little circle with the nose, like you're about the size of an orange, just getting into those muscles in the neck. Let's change direction. Lovely. Then I'm going to take the ear to the shoulder, to the right. Really draw both shoulders down, and then left. Trying to move with breath, so you can breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, change sides. Always thinking of the posture still, so the feet are still facing forward, the tummy's in, we're in neutral. And imagining you've got underneath your shoulder blades at the back 2 pockets that you're just popping your shoulders into. Let's add an arm onto this, so arm up and over. So a little bit of a stretch in the arm and the waist, and the spine's getting a bend as well. And change. So arm up, head to shoulder, and stretch. Lovely. Keeping that breathing going nice and fluid, and again change. And change. Then let's come back over to the right hand side, just the head, 2 fingers, gently lengthen. Drive this heel of this hand down, so we're creating some nice space. Watch this right shoulder, it wants to creep up, really put it down. Imagine you've got those shoulders in those pockets behind you. And then just rotate, looking down, still gentle pressure with the fingers, just getting some stretching in that neck. Especially if you've been sat down today, or driving, or working at a desk, or whatever you do, get a lot of tension in the neck. So we're going to give that a nice stretch. Lovely. Let's release. Let's change sides. Ear to the other shoulder. Again, 2 fingers. Lengthen. Draw the shoulders down. Push the heel of the hand down. Breathing into it. Let's rotate down. Still drawing those shoulders down. Lovely, release. So a little bit more work into the shoulders. If you've got a newspaper under your arms, hold it tight. So we want activeness from the shoulders to the fingertips. You can stretch your fingers back a little bit as well. And we breathe in, open up the hands. So you're reaching back with your thumbs, squeezing the shoulders back, opening the chest and close. And again, with breath. And out. And on the out breath, think of giving that tummy a little squeeze. Still thinking of the posture, still lengthening. So even though you're opening and your elbows do come away a bit, there's still a lot of tension here. Really hold under that armpit, hold that newspaper. I'm going to add on slightly. So as with everything today, we start small and just start building. You can always come back to the basic moves. Breathe, reach. Imagine you're really reaching through something really thick, so you're creating resistance. Close. Keep that stiffness in the fingers. Breathe and reach. And close. Lovely. Just going to take it up a little bit more. Elbows up here. So we really want to keep the elbows level to the shoulder, armpits. Let your shoulders lift up and then slide them back down into those pockets. Keep these nice stiff wrists and then push down to imaginary levers. Keep your elbows high, they want to move down, or your shoulders want to shrug up. A little bit of a push back with the hands behind as well. So we're really working the rotator cuff, really good for your shoulders. And also they're getting warm as well, because we're going to be doing some work on the floor, pushing into the hands, using the shoulders. Let's do one arm at a time. Arm down to the right. And back to centre. Let's add some breath. Breathe out as we push down. Breathe in as we come back. Let's add a head. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. Still nice strong shapes with those arms, nice and stiff. Squeezing the tummy. A couple more. Last one on the left. And we're going to hold those arms back, reach back, squeeze, don't let the shoulders lift, try not to let the rib cage lift, it's all in the elbows and the shoulders, and release. Lovely little shake here, good. A little bit of work into the spine, and then we're going to go down into the feet. So let's take the hands across the chest, bend the knees, and this is to keep this nice and rigid. So if you've got headlights on your hips, we want to be not twisting, driving a straight line. So very small turn, adjust the upper body and the head, and don't let the head take over, so you can look at your wrist and keep your chin in line. Lovely. So again, it's just about warming up the spine, getting some rotation. Mid-spine's usually tight. Been doing a lot of work on that last few weeks, and we should feel a little bit better. Keep those shoulders down, keep those hips forwards, don't let the knees or hips twist, don't grip with those toes. I'm going to add on an arm, just so that we rotate a bit more. The arm the way you're going, reach, and come back, and then switch. Lovely breath as well, and back, and breathe. And back, really squeezing that arm back, keeping that shoulder down so you really feel it. Keep those hips forward. Once more each side. Last time. And release. Lovely. Roll the shoulders. Good. Let's get into the feet and do a little bit of few squats, bit of balance work, and then we take it down to the floor. So lifting the right heel. Really let those toes splay out so you're really giving a good stretch underneath the foot, and lower. And lift. And lower, and again, lift. Turn it down a bit loud. And then I want to lift both feet. So lift one heel, lift the other heel, extend and lower. Keep it leading right. So lift the right heel, lift the left heel so your legs are bent, and then you squeeze your bottom, lift up and lower. Keep those feet parallel. Right heel, lift and lower. If you need to, hold on to something. And you don't have to lift your heels off too high, just feeling some warming up through the foot. Let's change the leading foot, so lift the left, lift the left, right, get mixed up, this one, up and down. Lift the heel, squeeze up and down. One more, then I'm going to reverse it slightly. So lift both heels up, bend the knees, keep both heels up, lower the heels and straighten the legs. So slightly different with both heels. Lift up, don't let those ankles roll in or out, bend the knees slightly, heels down, squeeze up. Let's do two more, lovely stuff. Squeezing the tummy, bend, heels down, straighten, squeeze that bottom, lift, bend. Lovely. Okay, let's just do a little squat. So just so I'm turning sideways, you see my feet are underneath me, and we don't want to squat with an arched back. So keep your tailbone tucked under, and we're just squatting back. Keep your knees here, so don't let them drive forward. Take your bum behind you, squat, squeeze, keep the weight into your feet. I'm going to add some arms. Again, these are optional, but I want to try and get these arms right up by the ears. Keep your chin tucked in, breathe in, push back. Lovely, squeeze. Think of your tailbone is drawing right down behind you. And don't have any change in the spine, so it isn't tipping, rotating, curling under. Lovely. Take it back and hold. Now your arms, bit of combination work here, are just going to squeeze back and come up. Squeeze back. So my hands, like I'm opening the curtain, squeeze back and up again. Squeeze back and up. While I'm doing that, lift your right foot and lower. Lift your left heel, not your foot, sorry. Heel. Squeeze back as you lift the heel, back to centre. Squeeze back as you lift the other heel, back to centre. You can see my feet all right. Squeeze back. Squeeze back. Squeeze back. Last one. Good, and release. Good, so the legs are awake. Tiny bit of balance work here. So I'm going to move my mat. So take your left leg behind, right arm up. Can you lift the leg behind? And again, if you need to touch down, hold something or break in between, do that. Then I'm going to bring the knee in and the arm is here. Straighten the leg, take the arm out to the side and the leg out. Squeeze your tummy, try and focus on something. Then bring it in and forward. Can't even do it myself. Release. Let's change sides. Might be hard if you're on a squidgy floor. So other leg behind, arm is up. Squeeze. Can we lift? We bring it in. And straighten. Then bring it in and to the side. And then again in and forward. Oh, it's the forward one that catches you. Oh, let's do that once more each side. So nice grounded position, squeeze the tummy, take your left leg back, arm up. And then let's lift that leg. Nice steady breathing. Bring in and bring the arm up and the leg straight. Come back in, take it to the side, a diagonal. Come back in and then in front. Always better on my left leg, even though it's your right. Ooh, release. Let's change side. Good. Second time's down a little bit easier. Leg back, arm up. Breathe and squeeze. Lift. Lovely. Bring it in and straighten and take the arm up. Bring it in to the side, diagonal. Last time in and then just front. And release. Beautiful, really nice. Give yourself a little shake. I'm going to get me mat. We're going to very quickly warm up the wrists. So just standing again in your, set up position, feet under hips. Let's circle the wrists around. Not too much upper body, but do want to get the wrists warm as we are going to be leaning onto them. Change direction. Start to bring them together and link the hands together, elbows together, and just like a figure of 8, just getting that fluid moving around. Lovely stuff. Can you reverse? Gets my brain going. Takes a while once you've got it. It's not so bad. And release. Lovely. Let's just flick up and down, up and down. Lovely. Keep them flicked up, just little circles, tiny bit into these shoulders, then come forwards. Bring your hands forwards, link them together, and push, and reverse. Breathe. Keep moving the arms up. It's all in these wrists and fingers. Stretch. Let the shoulders lift up. Let them settle. Then in front, round the back, push your hands to me, feeling your shoulder blades separate, tuck the tummy in. Lovely. So coming to the edge of the mat, so we're going to do a roll down. So you imagine you've got a wall behind you and your bottom is on that wall, so you're not sticking your bum out, you're trying to roll forward. So the weight's in the front of your feet. Let's start off lifting the heels, lifting the arms, squeeze the tummy, breath in. Heels down, then head down, separate these shoulders, scoop the belly and start to curl forward. Any feeling of pain in that back, hands on the legs, support the back. Your legs might be a bit tight, your back, everything, so just go with your own body, listen to your own body, keep that weight into the feet, in the front. Head is relaxed, you can have a little shake like you're saying no, a little nod like you're saying yes. Breathe in, breathe out, let's curl back up, and we're stacking the spine back on top of each other. So the spine stacks and then the shoulders come back, and then last the head. Then we're going to go again, lift the heels, lift the arms, breathe in. Lower, roll down. Really imagine yourself folding in half, scooping the belly in, taking your forehead towards your knees. Breathing in, breathing out, let's come back. For this next one, if you want a challenge, you could close the eyes. Keep them open for the heel lift and the arm lift. And then as you come down, close the eyes. This just challenges your balance a bit more as you're coming forward. Really pull your belly button in, scoop that tummy, feel the back stretching, the arms stretching, the legs stretching, head is relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out, curl up. And then opening the eyes at the top if you have got them closed. One more time like that and we're going to come down to the floor. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out. Close the eyes if you wish. Really roll down, roll down. And at the bottom, I'm going to bring my knees to the floor, keep my feet tucked under and just push back. Just feeling those toes get a nice stretch in the ball of the feet. And then we can release the feet and just sit back into child pose. So your arms can come behind you, your shoulders can totally flop and relax and your head comes down. And just spend a moment here breathing. Feeling that nice little stretch in the lower back, a nice comfortable position. Lovely. And then coming up. Okay, so I'm going to do some down dogs and planks. I'm going to move my mat because it's particularly squidgy and it just slides all over the place. So it's easier for me on the floor because I get a better grip. But do work with your own. Keep it for the knees actually, because they don't like the wooden floor. So just some prep for it. So I'll set up position on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Roll the shoulders back, arch the lower back and just lift the chin, breathing in and then breathe out round the back. So it's a cat stretch. We're doing this just to look after the spine and to get the body ready, get a bit of weight into these wrists, see how they're feeling now we're pushing into them. Just going to add on a bit to this. Breathe in, shoulders back, arch the back, breathe out round the back, come back into child pose, elbows down, come forward and back up. So a bit more dynamic. Breathe out, pull the belly in round and down, elbows down, breathe and lift. One more. And back to our starting point on all fours. Good. If your wrists really hurt in that position, you can be here. Obviously for a down dog, I recommend your hands down, but for other 4-point work, you can have your wrists here. We're going to tuck these toes under and stick the bottom up in the air. So, bum up in the air, and we can pad through the feet. Oh, the glasses falling off. Pad through the feet, so you might get one heel down at a time. Come on, squeaky floor. Then both heels down, then push your bottom back, push your chest down, so you're opening up these shoulders, opening up your armpits. Breathing in, breathing out. And then come back down. So I'm going to take that up a little bit further. Again, you could stay with that. What I want to do is come into a down dog with bent legs, and I'm going to push forward into a plank, and then come back into bent legs and into a plank. So if that's too much for you, you can be here, you can come up into a down dog, and you can come back down. And then I'm going to take some legs out behind, but I'll talk you through it. So either up into a sort of a down dog with bent legs, and come forward into a plank. So with your plank, your hands are under your shoulders, don't let your hips drop, neck is long, come back. Little bend, look like you're starting in a race and you're going to shoot forwards. Come into your plank. Down dog, bent legs into a plank. If you want to take it into a full down dog, press the heels down, lower into a plank. So you might need to shift your heels or your arms back now, you've changed position. So again, you're either on all fours, coming up into bent, half down dog or full down dog, just once more. And just release, knees down, sit back. I'll do one more exercise in our plank position, but I'll give you some options. Okay. A little bit of opening up the spine, working the shoulders as well, a bit of a combination. Give these wrists a little stretch out. So, I'm going to give you some options. I'm sliding more on this than I was on the floor. I think I might just stay where I was. Need to get a stickier mat. It's thinner. Okay. So let's just start off, shoulders back, and then just take back your right leg and really stretch through the back of that heel, opening up your Achilles, and bring it back, and really try and keep the body still. So when you take your leg back, you're not leaning over. Keep nice and still, use the core to hold you there. So this is our first move. If your wrists hurt, your back, your legs, anything, you can stay with this and just keep taking the legs back, coming back to centre. If you want to take this up into a plank, one leg back, the other leg back, and then lower down into a box. So you've got your options, one leg, or stay just legs behind. Lovely. Do one more. So either you're going to hold into a plank position and you're going to do knee folds, which is what I call this. You're going to just lift the leg fold, lift. Okay, or if you're down here, you can slide the leg back, lift it up, bring it back down, lift the leg up, back down. So you're either on all fours, sliding the leg back, or you're in a plank, lifting your legs up and down. I'm only going to do 8, give those wrists a little rest, and then we're done. So it's quite a lot on the shoulders. Okay, here we go. So either slide the leg back and come back, or in your plank, can you just point the toe, lift the leg, small squeeze, and lower. That's 1, and 2, and 3. Again, it's not about height. Body doesn't change shape, just lifting that leg, and 4. We're halfway through, we can do it. Squeeze the tummy, 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Sit back and relax. Open the knees, let yourself slide right through. Open up the shoulders. Lovely. Little rest for the wrists. I just want to do a bit of opening the spine. We are going to be on the hands again, but can do some options. I'll show it to you and give you some options. This one, on all fours, taking one leg back, your leg's going to stay where it is, and we're going to open up a little bit of balance, and we're going to thread through. So you're working your obliques a little bit, and you're twisting side to side. Option, if that's really wobbly and it's too much in the wrist, you can just keep all legs down, both knees down, and you can be here. or here and slide it through. So you have got some options, okay? So let's try. So if you're going to go for not being on all fours, you have your right leg back, anchor it, nice strong hands, shoulders back, and gently just open up the right arm. So we open up, so kind of on our side, lovely. And then thread through a little bit, so you get a little bit of a twist. And open. So remember, you can do this with both legs down, in the kneeling position on all fours. Lovely. So my foot is rotating, don't try and keep it still, let it move with the body. One more. Wonderful, let's change sides. So you've got your left foot back, nice strong position, shoulders back. We're going to open up. Thread it through. And open. It's only 4. And thread. Lovely stuff. And open. And 3. And open. One more. And open. Lovely. Let's sit back into child pose. Good. That's a lot on those shoulders. A lot for that opening up of the spine as well, the chest. So we're going to do a little bit of work for the back now, strengthening the back, giving these wrists a rest. Let's give them a little circle and a little stretch. Lovely. So I'm going to lie on my tummy and have my legs out behind me. The legs are just to the corners of the mat. Making sure you've got room in front of you and to the sides that you can move your arms. Legs are just relaxed. Let's have the shoulders pushed back, and you've created this shape similar to what we did when we were standing up, so your elbows are near your shoulders, framing your face. Imagine your mat's freezing cold and you're squeezing your belly up because you don't want it to touch the floor. You don't want to push on your belly. If you're not sure, just give that a try. Push your belly in the floor and you'll go up quite easily. We want to engage the tummy so that we're really working the back. So you're not going to lift very far. It's not about extension and getting mobility, it's working the muscles. So shoulders back, hands are light, neck is long, look down as if you're looking in a mirror. And we're just going to lift slightly. So lift an inch. Pull that belly in so you're pressing into your ribs and lower. Lift, breathe in. Keeping those shoulders back, really think of drawing them down, creating space here, and lower, lovely. I'm going to add on, again you can always stay with this, most important thing, keep that chin down. I'm going to lift up slightly, I'm going to reach forward and pull back, and lower. Lift up, you can slide your hands on the floor, forward, back, squeeze the elbows, it's all about the back now, shoulders away, and down, lift up, reach. And down. Lift, again only an inch, you should feel it in your lower back, pull the belly up off the floor, and as we're starting to move these arms, we're bringing it up the back into the shoulders. If you want to take the hands off the floor, here, reach up by the arms, squeeze back, and lower, pull the tummy in, breathe in, lift, reach, and lower, breathe in, reach, and lower, breathe in, reach, and let's do one more. And then I want to hold here if we can. Can we take the fingers to the temples and squeeze the elbows up and lower slightly, and up and lower and up. So you're trying to squeeze your elbows like you're flapping your wings, keep your neck long. Squeeze, squeeze and hold, squeeze the tummy. 4, 3, 2 and 1. Well done. Let's push back. Stretch out that back into child pose. Rounding this lower back. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of work for the thighs and the hips. Sitting on our bottoms, and this is all for the spine as well. So combination move. Just going to start here, pulling on the knees, pulling yourself up nice and tall. So your ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and you, if you can, you want that little arch in your lower back, so your spine is in neutral, you've got your natural curve, your S curve of your spine. This is an S curve, and then as if you've been hitting the tummy and you've pressed a C curve. So we breathe in, S curve, breathe out, become a C curve. So if you had a tailbone, if you had a tail, flick your tail back, flick your tail under. You can use your hands. Just take the feet and knees together. Breathe in, breathe out. Now open the knees, breathe in. This helps you get that rotation in your lower back, and you're moving further. You can keep your hands on your knees, or you can have them forward and reach. So we're reaching through and back. Keep your toes and the balls of your feet on your floor. If you lift them up, you're starting to engage the legs. We want to use the abs. Can we lift the arms up high? Arms, reach against all different levels here. Really good for the spine and the back and the tummy. Take it back and hold. Keep your C curve. So if you've got some curtains, open them up and come back. So the body stays still, just the arm, open the curtains back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Can we go a bit lower? And in. And out. And in. And out. Keep those toes on the floor. Hold it here. Can we go a bit further? A bit further. And release. Arms up. Stretch. Lovely. Bring your right knee in, grab the back of it and let it bring you back up. So we're going to do the 100. So that's where we pump the arms for 100. Sounds longer than it is. And we breathe in and out. We breathe in for 5 breaths and out for 5 breaths. I'm going to start sitting up, I'm going to add legs and slowly come down. So all different levels. Starting similar position, holding yourself here. I'd like us to just tip back a bit. Can you lift the heels off on your toes so you're balancing? And we're going to start here and we breathe in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5 and in and out. Squeeze the tummy. Can you lift the leg? And out. And in and out. Pull the belly right back into that spine and out. This is halfway through, so you can switch legs or you can lift them both. Knees together, pull the tummy in. Can you straighten them? And out. You can turn them out. And out. Getting lower. And out. So my rib cage is on the floor. And out. Last time in. Last time out. Well done. Release, right leg in. Relax the neck and shoulders, look side to side. Keep this leg pulled in and switch. Lovely. Keeping those knees in, give yourself a little hug. It's a little bit more abdominal work and then we can do some of our bridge stuff. So I want to, we've been doing the V-sit. I think last week we actually did go up into the V-sit, but I shall start low and give us options. So, the hands are together and are here, and I just want to keep your arms by your ears, squeeze your tummy and just lift up and lower. So that's your base level, so we can start there. Breathe in, breathe out. You can join in, breathe in, breathe out. So you can stay here, or if you can you lift the right leg just slightly as you lift, then the left. Try and keep those arms near your ears, otherwise you pull forward too much. And we really want the weight to be in the upper body. Thinking of the legs lifting more and the upper body peeling off the floor. Lovely. Can we lift both legs? Again, please work at your own level. You have to squeeze the tummy, pull it in, press the back into the floor. Again, the legs go up higher than you. And then if we want to try the full sit, you can unlink your hands and lift up, roll down each vertebra. Breathe in, lift up. Trying to get the legs straight, doesn't matter if they're not. Breathe in, breathe out, lift up, roll down, lovely. 2 more. Working at your level, remember ladies. Last one. Wonderful. Roll down, knees in. Excellent. So let's have the right knee into the chest and the left leg lengthened away. Really lengthen it, so really feel your hip flexor stretching out because we've just been lifting up those legs. So we want to give them a little stretch. Pull your leg diagonally across you slightly, but keep your hip on the floor and no tension in the neck. Then we're going to switch legs. So bring the other knee in, lengthen the right leg. Try and keep your spine in neutral so you have a little gap. Lengthen that leg away. Pull this one in and relax the head and neck. Pull the leg diagonally across you. So you're just feeling it in that hip a little bit. Just want to do a little bit of work for our obliques. So, options. I want to bring the knees in and out like I'm riding a bicycle upside down. But think of your knees crossing over so they're slightly diagonal. So like a very wonky bike. It will work your tummy a bit more rather than just bring them in like that. So slightly bring them across as if you're riding a very odd bike. Now you can pull the tummy in, you can keep your head and shoulders down. If you want to take your elbows out and your hands to your temples, you can rotate and lift. Rotate and lift, but try not to let your arms be flappy. Really twist and rotate the body. Have an elbow on the floor, your knees coming across, and you're going to cross it. And open, lovely. Criss-cross that bike. Fantastic. Try to keep the tension out of your neck. Support it with your head if you need to, or pop your head on the floor. Last 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Well done. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lovely. Whew. Let's lengthen the legs away, stretch the tummy. Lovely. Okay. Feet on the floor, knees are bent, and we want to have our feet hip width apart. So it's about 2 fists or a fist and a half, as long as they're not really wide and not together. So they should be in line with your bum bones. That's what we want, as if you were standing, same position. Shoulders away from the ears. We want to lengthen this neck. So if you find it hard and your chin's up in the air here, just have a little pillow under your head to just try and straighten that neck out. We want the head and the chin the same level. Shoulders away from the ears, reach down. And we want neutral spine. So that is a little gap in your lower back, same as when we're standing and sitting. If you're not sure, hands in a diamond shape, thumbs in your belly button, and point downwards. Have a look. If you're that position, you're arched. If you're that position, you're arched the other way. So you want a flat plateau in the middle, and that's when you're in neutral. Lovely. Let's just do a little bit of breathing to take us into some lifting of the bottom. Breathing in. Breathe out, squeeze your tummy. So work from the inside out. Really pull your belly button in. Squeeze your pelvic floor, which you squeeze when you don't want to go to the toilet. Front and back. Try not to engage your bottom muscles. It's all on the inside. Breathe in, breathe out. Almost feel like you're trying to lift your feet off the floor, so you're really engaged. On the next out breath, imagine we've got little tomatoes under our back. We are going to start to squash those tomatoes. So we breathe in, release. Breathe out, squash the tomatoes, but don't push on your feet or your hands. So it's coming from inside. So imagine that spine is really, really heavy, and that's what's squashing all the juice out. And this is prepping us ready to lift. Let's now press the back into the floor and then peel the spine off, vertebra by vertebra. Literally leave the last rib on the floor and the shoulders. It's not a yoga bridge. We don't want to be arched. We want to be like a ski slope, nice and flat. Squeeze the bottom, but let the ribs relax. Breath in at the top and then just curl down. So try and make sure your big toe and the ball of the foot's engaging with the floor so your knees aren't splaying out. Breathe in, breathe out, squash your tomatoes back into the floor, peel the ribs off, neck is long, shoulders are relaxed. Breath in at the top and roll down. So this is our base move. I'm going to keep adding on to this. So can we try this with some arms? Reaching up to the ceiling. So keep your shoulders down into the floor, don't overreach, and curl up again. Keeping ball of the foot and the big toe really engaged, which starts to engage your inner thighs as well. Nice use the breath, curling up, squeezing with the bottom. It's the bum we want to use. If you're really feeling in your hamstrings, bring your feet a bit closer to your bottom, but engage the sides, squeeze the sides, and that will stop the hamstrings taking all the stress, and it will make the glutes work. Lovely. So I'm going to add on again. I want to lift up, hold here, and again, even if you have or haven't got arms, do try the legs. Just take your right leg very slightly, drop the knee out and bring it back, and now your left leg, bring it out and back. So the key is, imagine you've got a cup of tea here, it mustn't fall. So even though you're taking your legs to the side, your hips aren't dropping and your pelvis is stable. It's not rocking side to side. One more, roll down. Quite tight on those legs. I'm going to do that again, but this time I'm going to do it whilst I want to lift the heels off the floor. So we do our bridge on the balls of our feet. So the balls of the feet and the toe. So with or without arms, maybe with arms on the floor, just because the balls of the feet you might be a bit less steady. See how you feel. Once you're up there, you might think, yeah, I can do this. Now, slightly drop one leg and back to centre. So when your left leg goes down, keep that right knee there, as if you've got a cup of tea on there as well. So lots of tea everywhere. Neck is long. Let's do double legs. Double legs, can we add? Woo. Keep your hips, don't let them drop. They really want to drop, so we're squeezing the inner thighs. Can we add some arms? Arms open, arms closed. A lot going on here. You can take the arms out if you want. Neck is long, squeeze the tummies. Keep squeezing with that bottom lifting up. Let's do 4 more. Breathe. 2, 3 more. 2. Lovely. 1 more. And that's giving those legs a nice workout. Roll down. Heels down, arms down. Bring the knees into the chest. So I'm going to give these hamstrings a little stretch because we've really used them. So left foot on the floor. Let's have the right leg straight up. So don't worry about bringing it in towards you. Just get the leg as lengthened as you can. Have a little circle of the foot. I haven't got my dressing gown cord today. If you've got one next to you, grab it. If not, you can just use your leg or your hands. Now I'm going to start using breath. Breathe in. Breathe out, flex that heel, straighten that leg. Breathe in, breathe out, ease it in a bit. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, ease it in. So you should be able to grab it with your fingers just about, or the fronts of your trousers. Try not to go grab the back of the knee because you don't want to bend. Just up here is usually quite a good stretch. If you've really got that foot flex and that heel up to the ceiling, you're going to get a nice stretch in your hamstring. Keep your back neutral, neck long, a few more breaths. Take your leg diagonally across you slightly, just very slightly, don't lift the hip and it just gets into this IT band. I was whizzing by tonight. Ooh. Let's release. And I think whilst we're here, cross that ankle over the other knee. Let's pick both legs up, bringing those legs in and have a little rock. Moving around, just finding that stretch. So you can push your knee out, you can pull the legs in, move them about, wherever you're getting that stretch in your right hip. Again, neck and shoulders are nice and relaxed. And let's put the foot down, keeping your right ankle on your left knee. Take your hands to the side and let both your legs fall in one block over to the left. Keeping your shoulders down, gently, gently. If it's your first time, see how this feels, see how the back feels. Once your foot's down, if it reaches, both shoulders flat on the floor and you can look the other way. Again, work with your body, listen to it, see what it's telling you. So it's a nice stretch for your hip and you're twisting your lower spine away from your upper spine. So it's a nice little stretch there as well. So keeping your foot, that's like a cross between feet and foot. Keep your foot on that knee, squeeze your tummy, you can use the foot on the floor, bring yourself back to centre, nice and centred, head centre. Keep the foot there, just take your legs to the other side. So You're twisting the spine the other way, shoulder down, look to your left. You're going to feel the stretch in your left hip in the front now. So the foot's the same place, but because of the change, you get a different stretch. Lovely. Coming back to centre and release. So let's go back to the hamstring stretch on the left. So left leg up in the air, just give the foot a circle and change direction. And then let's focus on the heel pressing up to the ceiling and trying to straighten the leg. Don't worry about bringing it in, just straighten the leg, relax the upper body, breathe. On the out breath, bring in a bit, breathe, release. On the out breath, breathe it in, bring it in a bit. Can we grab the trousers, grab the foot, grab whatever you can, whatever works for you. Again, keep your spine in neutral, keep your neck relaxed. My left is so much tighter. Breathing into it. Don't let that back flatten into the floor because that helps you bring the leg forward. Try and feel the spine lengthening. Lovely. Take the leg diagonally across slightly, feeling that funny pins and needly in your knee. That's quite normal, that's what we want. Lovely. Then taking your left ankle, place it on that right knee, pick both legs up, bringing them in, giving yourself a hug. Same thing, work with what you want. So you can push the knee out a bit, you can bring it in a bit tighter, you might want to rock slightly, wherever you feel a lovely stretch. Lovely. Good for your hips, piriformis, your glutes. Let's place that foot down on the floor, keep the left ankle on the knee, hands to the side, let the legs fall to the right. Once they're down, keep that left shoulder down and gently look over to the left. And then very gently head back to centre. Let's bring those knees back slowly, slowly, keeping the foot where it is. Can we let them gently drop the other way? Keep the shoulders down and then look the other way. After this, I'm going to do a little bit of a chest opener to open up these shoulders. So I'm going to grab a pillow or a block, whatever you've got. Do grab a little something in a moment. Okay, back to centre. Gently bring those legs back, taking the foot off, good. Gently, should have said at the beginning of the class, grab a pillow, just a little cushion is fine. Doesn't matter which way round you lie because we're going to change it. So what I want to do is bring your knees in nice and tight and lie down so your arms are on top of each other. Have your shoulder quite far underneath you, you don't want to start here, otherwise you're not going to get a stretch. So pull the shoulder right underneath. This is just because I've got a long neck, so here it's not very comfortable for me. I need something, but it depends. You might be right without a pillow. I want the knees to be heavy and on top of each other. If you want and you've got the flexibility, you can take the top leg over, see how that feels. Again, work with your body. What we don't want is the knees to start opening and moving, so whatever keeps you there. Take your arm, your top arm, and open it up and follow the arm with your head. So we're trying to keep the shoulder away from the chin, keep your knees together and your knees heavy. And you're trying to get that hand on the floor. Often very tight, because this is what we've got, our rib cage, our shoulder girdle attached to this sort of mid-thoracic spine area. So these are really good exercises. Lovely stretch. Opens up the chest and it twists the spine. I'm going to change this to like a rainbow over my head. And then close. I always forget to move away from the telly and then I have to just adapt. But still getting that stretch. Lovely. Breathing into it. Nice circle or arc or rainbow over your head. And close, and on the next one just hold it wherever is the best stretch, where you really feel, yeah, that's where you're getting it, and just try and reach reach. If you're finding your fingertips are getting to the floor quite easy, take the elbow, bend the elbow and try and get that down. That will open up that shoulder a bit more and that chest. Wonderful. And release. I'm just going to switch ends so I can see you. You can just roll over and face the other way if you want. Same thing. Knees in tight, hand underneath, pull your shoulder underneath you. Your hands should be together. If this one's really far forward or the other way, your shoulders aren't level. Lovely. Let's open up. Follow the hand with your head and close. And again, have a little mental note. What felt better? Which side is definitely tight on this side? So I need to just give it a little bit more attention. Again, just keep your breath natural, but with the movement. So you breathe in as you open, breathe out as you hold, breathe in to prepare, breathe out, come back. Just try and move with breath, doesn't have to be exactly that. But just make the breath as long as the movement. Keep those knees heavy, don't let them lift or separate. I'm going to draw my little rainbow around my head. Oh, I really feel that. Lovely. Let's do one more. Let's hold this one just wherever the best stretch is. Oh, what time is it? Oh, I should have to go into our relaxation in a minute. We are literally whizzing through tonight. That's Pickles chopping dinner, if you can hear that chopping. I've got a lovely stir fry tonight. I can hear all the vegetables being chopped. Oh, release, wonderful. Okay. So find yourself a comfortable position. I'm going to change the song. Generally, I tend to find for relaxation, this is quite nice. You might find your lower back prefers the feet to be on the floor and the knees bent. You might want a pillow, you might not want a pillow. Again, whatever is relaxation for you. Just going to go through a little breathing technique, a little bit of relaxation. Right, let me put on my relaxation song. Just closing your eyes. And just let your breath be natural to you. So go through your nose, through your mouth, both, whatever works for you. And then starting with our toes and the feet, just scrunching up those toes, feeling tension all around the joints of the foot and the toes, and then take a breath in, breathe out, feel all the tension leave the feet. Then let's flex those ankles, feeling tension running down the back of the heel, in the front of the ankle. Take a breath in, breathe out and let those ankles relax and the feet just flop to the side. And then breathing in and feeling tension around your knees and your thighs. Breathing out, feel the legs relax. And then feeling tension around your bottom, your pelvic floor. Breathing in, breathe out, relax. Feeling tension in your tummy all the way up into your shoulders. Shrug the shoulders, squeeze the tummy. Breathing in, breathe out, feel everything relax. Then from your shoulders to your fingertips, feeling tension running through the arms, running through the fingertips, stretching those fingers, breathing in, breathe out, everything softens and relaxes. And then with your hand, make a fist, feeling tension running through your fingers, holding on to anything negative, anything bad. Take a breath in. Breathe out, shake those hands, shake all that badness away. Feel all the tension leaving. And then into your face, your eyes are closed tightly, focusing on the space between your eyes and your eyebrows and clenching the jaw. Breathing in, breathe out, relax. One last time, head to toe, squeezing everything. Tension running through that body. Breathing in, breathing out. Everything leaves the body, all the tension leaves. And just taking a moment here for yourself. With every out breath, you just feel more relaxed. And just enjoy this moment. Gently, still keeping relaxed, keeping still, keeping the eyes closed. Just start to bring some awareness back into your face, so your eyes might just roll around, your tongue can lick around your teeth. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and maybe circle the wrists and the ankles. And then a lovely stretch like you've just woken up. And gently placing the feet on the floor one at a time, opening the eyes gently, just adjusting to the light. Bringing the knees in one at a time to your chest. Have a little rock side to side, massaging that lower back, rolling the knees around, lovely. Little side to side of the head, so there's no tension in the neck. And then we'll roll over to our right hand side. And we'll come to this position where we're on our knees but with our feet tucked underneath. So again, a little stretch with those feet. Hands by the knees, pushing back. Again, stretching into the back of the Achilles a little bit more. Still relaxing everything. Very gently, heels down. And we're going to uncurl how we started. So we're going to hang nice and heavy. And you can shake your head like you're saying no. And nod like you're saying yes. And then very slowly start to uncurl. Really slowly. We've been lying down, so you don't want to jump up and get dizzy. Head, feel the spine stacking, the vertebra stacking. And when you're ready, we'll have a little breath in and out to finish. Breathing in. And out. And in. And out. One more breath in. Take your arms back behind you and take your hands and give yourself a clap. Thank you so much, ladies. I shall just stop recording.